What is Tantra?
I really have absolutely no idea.
Unlayering of the connections between a man and woman.
It's a connection to your sexuality.
Explore a lot of different dimensions like sexuality.
Tantra is the teaching how to create love, so then physical becomes divine.
Some sort of yoga that helps you connect to whatever partner or yourself.
But it's more about connection with who you are as an individual, which kind of translates into sexual performance, lifestyle, energy, focus, and intelligence. As a man in general, we are not allowed to explore our emotions. We are not taught how to explore different perspectives on sexuality.
The expression of wonder.
I like this answer because it doesn't go to the sexual aspect. Like everyone is thinking Tantra is sex, right?
Yeah. No, it's completely. And then if you study the whole Tantra, you understand a lot more of it.
Hey everyone, my name is Steffo Shambo. Today we are at the Wonderfruit Festival in Thailand. And we're walking around asking people what comes to their mind when they hear the word Tantra. Because one of the most asked questions on Google about Tantra is, what is it? So today we're going to try to figure that out.
I believe it's an internal connection between mind, body, and soul that has been, commoditized into a sexual experience, but it's more about connection with who you are as an individual, which kind of translates into sexual performance, lifestyle, energy, focus, and intelligence.
It sounds like you have some experience with this.
A little bit. I've studied some tantric massage and some classes in India, Indonesia, and the US. Because for me, I was in the military for 10.5 years, suffered a lot from PTSD and different things like that, which developed into intimacy issues. And one of my gurus kind of recommended exploring Tantra and trying to reconnect with myself personally before I can connect with somebody else. And it just kind of worked and changed my life.
Wow, that's an amazing story.
Yeah. Especially growing up in America as an African-American man, a lot of times, and not just African-American, but as a man in general, we are not allowed to explore our emotions. We are not taught how to explore different perspectives on sexuality, on focus, on energy, on community, and just on sadness. We're not allowed to outwardly display those things. And I think once I kind of explored Tantra, not just Tantra, but other kind of Buddhism practices, parts of Christianity, meditation, that I had an opportunity to kind of touch with those aspects of myself that I didn't even know were in there. And it just kind of opened me up a bit to more opportunities in life, like engaging with people in different ways. Even though we might disagree on some fundamental things, 99.9% of the things that you do agree on are the things that really bond us. So instead of focusing on those things that separate us, I started to focus on those things that bonded us, and that just totally changed my perspective on people.
It's a connection to your sexuality as a way to connect with other people and the world in a sense.
It sounds like you have experience with this.
Disclaimer, I haven't done a lot of it, but just in the couple of times I've done it, it's just a nice way to connect with people. A lot of eye contact, a lot of physical touch, a way to sort of use intimacy as a way to connect, not necessarily only sexually, but also with everyone in a sense. So using that kind of intimate way of connecting with others as a way to create and nurture relationships with everyone. I don't think it necessarily is only about sex, but it's about kind of using the same intimacy that you can get via a sexual relationship as a way to connect with others.
Tantra is the expression of wonder. It's the expression of you get to be who you want to be. And usually when you get to be what you want to be is usually wonder. And it brings out that awe.
How did you find Tantra? How has that helped you in your life?
Just because of all of the breathing exercises, all of those types of things, because it has such a good name or a bad name, Tantra, and people think one thing or think another thing, but really it's about this unleashing your energy. And Tantra is energy, and we're all about energy. We can, we're all we have a timeline. We all know where that timeline ends. And the only thing we can really impact between now and our death is our energy levels. And so if we have great energy with yoga, with Tantra, with breathing, with good drinks, good food, you get to influence that side of your life. Okay?
I like this answer because it doesn't go to the sexual aspect. Like everyone is thinking Tantra is sex, right?
Yeah.
Do you find that as well?
No, it's completely. And then if you study the whole Tantra, you understand a lot more of it. Of course, there's a lot of good schools in Thailand. And I think, good, fantastic teachers. So you can break all that myth with a lot of the teachers here, and you understand the full impact of this kind of energy and energy release. Yeah.
I've heard about it, but I don't really know. I've just heard the name.
I really have absolutely no idea.
Unlayering of the connections between a man and woman in a physical format, like deepening that understanding and connection through a physical and spiritual sense. I think, like tuning into inner feelings together.
I've heard of tantric yoga, tantric breathing through partner work, but that's about it. Yeah, same partner work with tantra, but there's also another version of like tantra can also be kirtan or more self-practice than just partner. So
What is Tantra? Oh goodness. I mean, there's a lot to it, right? I'm not too familiar with Tantra, but it seems like it's some type of practice to explore a lot of different dimensions, like sexuality. I mean, there's so much to it that I'm not really sure about. So.
But also like intimacy, sensuality, connection. But I never really dabbled into it, but I just know I've heard about it.
Just the YouTube videos we've seen.
The number one question about Tantra is, what is Tantra?
Yeah.
Everyone has their own idea of what it is, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's like a tool for transformation of your consciousness.
Okay.
So it's a path to awakening and seeing your patterns more clearly. You face your fears in front of the group and you start to feel them in your body. So you start to map out all this resistance, all the shadows, and you see them. It's not just a concept in your head anymore. So most people think it's only about sex. It's great. Sex is great. It's part of it. Yeah. It's a tool for awakening and becoming aware of all these patterns and shadows. Yeah.
Okay.
It is more like what's happening inside your head and how well you can manage it, and how you will be like solve or resolve the what's happening inside. Yeah, that can bring you peace or yeah.
So it sounds like meditation.
Yeah. Sounds like meditation, like chakra sort of, but maybe different thing, different way, maybe. In fact, this is the first time I have been hearing about like the word tantra. So because I guess it's I just perhaps like the assumption from like the what I'm growing with like the Thai culture and Buddhism, so I kind of like guess.
There's a misconception. People think it's only about sex.
Yeah.
But it's also about meditation, or actually more classically about calming your mind. What you're saying.
Yeah.
Becoming aware of all those thoughts.
Yeah, it's about the thought. I would say more like let's say the word peace inside your head. You don't want chaotic situation while you are like focus.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Connections through love, creation of love.
Is that from personal experience? It sounds like it. How did you get to that point of connecting through love?
I just sit to meditate and it comes. I think Tantra is the teaching how to create love in different ways. It can be done through our connection with our body, our heart, our mind. It can be through connection between two humans, more humans.
That's beautiful. Do you have any techniques that you do that you would like to share?
Okay, the simple technique is to connect with the energy of earth and let your body to be channel of pulling it up high. So then physical becomes divine. And we become just channel for that.
As you have seen today, you notice that there's a lot of confusion around this word Tantra and a lot of misconceptions. A lot of people think it's all about sex, right? So this video was meant to try to dispel that myth and to see that there is more than that. Of course, the sexual aspect is very beautiful and it's awesome, but there's so much more to this word. So I hope this video was inspiring to see that there's more depth to this word, to the word of Tantra, and that it has a lot of transformational power behind it, so actually awakening your awareness to see your shadows, see your blind spots, and just become a better human being in general. So thanks for watching. Steph for checking out from Wonderfruit Festival in Thailand. Peace.